a great thing. I want to talk to you today briefly about the new Bethesda. And just ask you, if you haven't been there in a while, we'd love to have you come after the pandemic is over and come, and you could even have a meeting there. But we would love to share that with you. And you say, what do you mean the new Bethesda? Bethesda's been there since 1740. It was the first orphanage in America. We're the longest serving child care institution in America, 36 years before the Declaration of Independence, 1740. We are still true to that mission, to teach our young men a love of God, love of learning, and a strong work ethic. So we're still true to that, but the world has changed. And I'm excited to share that with you. First of all, when you talk about at-risk and at-risk students, we're serving a bunch of those. We are a private school, fully accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. We had an extraordinarily high rating on our accreditation visit, and we're mighty proud of that. What I would like to do to introduce you to our school is show you a video. Today is when we launch 16 very fine young men out into the world.
To be a Bethesda graduate, I think, means everything. It's just a stepping stone. It's a foundation of life, foundation of principles. So now wherever you go, you can make it.
If there's one thing that sets this class apart, it's their grit. They have developed a passion and they've learned how to persevere.
We're very proud of our senior class. Resilience is the word that sticks out in my mind about this senior class. We're going to do a memory walk today, and we'll have a chance to walk in various places that they've grown on campus. Some of these kids have been here since the 6th grade, so to be here 6th grade and you've been in the pool, you've been at the school, you've been at the gym and all these places, the cottages, and so we'll walk around and do a memory walk, and then finally we'll go across the stage.
16 graduates, 13 are going directly to college, 2 are beginning careers in some very fine institutions, and then one young man, James Scott, has already begun basic training for the United States Army.
I'm headed to Presbyterian College on a football athletic scholarship. My coaches, they stressed it to me, I'm gonna stick with you, don't just leave me once you either get up there. So I'm gonna keep in contact with them, keep in contact with my teachers.
But it's all about taking responsibility and preparing yourself for that next level of excellence.
I had the opportunity to stay in the cottage program on campus, and that really helped me grow and develop a bond with the boys that I stayed with. Because when you're staying on campus, you don't have your mom to take responsibility for what you've done. You have to take responsibility for your own actions.
It feels great. I'm proud of myself, but also proud of my family, because without them, I wouldn't be here today, and God, most of all.
Purpose and love are the two things that we try to instill when the kids walk through those doors, and that is God has a purpose for your life to give you a future and a hope, that you can do all things through Christ that gives you strength, and that same love that He gave us is the love that you have to distribute to your neighbors. So as they leave these gates today, we hope that they can grab those two things, that I have purpose in my life, and my purpose is to give love because I've received love.
Today's just the beginning. Today's not the end. Continue your education, continue learning, get to college, make friends, set goals, plan your work and work your plan. Thank you. I would like to thank Cynthia Craddock, who's our PR representative from Cecilia Russo Marketing, for helping to include arranging the drones and all the video of that. There wasn't a dry eye in the place that day. We do not have a graduation speaker. Each one of our boys gets a chance to speak on graduation day. It's an average of about a minute or so, but we teach them gratitude. And they generally thank God, they thank a family member, and they thank a member of our staff. And we're very proud of them. Just an update for a moment about us. I would like to thank a number of you. We have some unique supporters. We have this group that is a force indeed, the Women's Board of Bethesda. 75 active women from the Savannah, Chatham County area. Literally somebody has to die or decide to become a sustainer to get a slot for that. But they raise money for us like crazy. They pressure their husbands and their husbands' businesses to give us money. They sponsor a run in January, but they make a lot of things very possible. They give us about $80,000 a year, which is great. They also provide a pizza party for the boys that are on the honor roll each quarter. They buy a blazer, a tie, a dress shirt, khaki pants. We have a partnership with Horizons, which provides summer camps for at-risk children at a very low fee. I think it's $45 or something for the summer. We host the entire middle school at Bethesda, and we also then host swim lessons for them, and they're actually starting a swim team this year. We're excited about giving them the opportunity to do that, and Bethesda does not charge anything for the use of our facility, and we're very, very proud to be the partners with Horizons. We are a private school, as I mentioned, fully accredited. We are a boys' school. And you say, what does that mean? We're a boys' school. We understand boys. We understand that when they don't remember the prerequisites to do the math problem, that they're not going to raise their hand and tell the teacher that they're more likely to goose their buddy or do something, that's out there. We understand them. Our campus is laid out where they get outside. Our dining hall is 600 yards away from the school. They get a chance. We have a morning break. And of course, if you love it in the South, you have to feed it. So we make a snack available to them as well. We feed the entire student body breakfast in the morning, thanks to a really nice grant from International Paper. So all our boys start the day with a good protein-filled breakfast. We have 14 teachers full-time for 96 boys. You do the math, and it's an opportunity for them. They get a chance every day after school. Imagine this, a school where every teacher is in their room every day after school, and any student can go seek help. Think about that, and that's what we offer that's out there. The average income of our families is $35,000 a year. We're blessed by an endowment began by Barney Diamond years ago. We spin off a certain amount of that. Our operating expenses are about $3.7 million a year. We only get $300,000 to $400,000 from tuition, and we raise the rest. So we're very excited about that. Savannah has been very supportive of us, and we have a network of supporters literally all over the world, and we appreciate that. Where are we headed? What are we about? This year, we have been in-person learning every day this school year. We're very committed to that. You can do that. 3 parts to that: mechanical devices, ionization devices in every building that flushes the air every night and every morning. So we did that. Second, we came up with procedures. The military and me, the infantry colonel, as you can imagine, we have check-in points. We have a procedure every day and whatnot, and that has worked and served us very, very well. We believe that unlike kids in other schools that got closed, this week's edition of Time Magazine talks about the lost year and the struggle with students having to do virtual learning. Folks, I will tell you, we had to do it last spring. I will tell you right up front, I'm not going to mince words. Virtual learning is a joke. Especially for boys. Their attention level, their activity, their needs for some hands-on learning are very, very strong. Are they going to do it independently? Very few of them are. Okay? Our number one discipline problem, by the way, is these things. When boys enter we enter Bethesda every morning, we collect these. They turn them in. We lock them up. The penalty if you sneak one of these in is a 3-day suspension, and I hold the phone, and their parent has to come get it from me. And so we've talked about Blazers First this year, not only it being a safe place from COVID, but a safe place for boys, especially young African-American boys. We're about 75% African-American students currently. And so we decided to make sure that Bethesda was a safe, encouraging, positive place for them. We began by inviting 2 police officers out, one Caucasian and one African American, and we talked with our boys as a large group and then in small groups about what to do when you encounter an officer of the law and an authority figure, how to act if you're pulled over, how to avoid that, and how to treat them with respect. Great dialogue. if you can imagine doing that. Second, I wanted them to have a chance to interact with a proven leader who made a gutsy decision, who was someone like them. So we invited Mayor Van Johnson out to share with the boys his growth as a leader and his decision-making process to cancel St. Patrick's Day last year, that parade and that event. That was fascinating. It really was, and our boys enjoyed that dialogue. We believe that learning and running a good school is all about relationships. And just like your mentoring program, a boy's got to figure out that somebody cares about me, that there's somebody who will encourage me and support me and motivate me to move to the next level. We have taken West Point's Student Success Program that I had the honor of running and working in during my time, and we've adapted it to the high school level and brought it to Bethesda. And we use what Coach Saban calls a process. Now, I'm dangerous because I'm from the state of Alabama. And we Alabama boys need lots of training. So you've heard those schools I've been to. But the idea of the process is we even teach them how to pack your book bag for the next day. How you do your homework. We issue them all a planner. We require them to use the planner. We check it in class to see, did you write down your homework assignment? Did you check it? And the way to get their attention, of course, is to grade it. That's there. We're really, really excited about teaching them that process of laying out what you're going to wear tomorrow, the whole deal, that whole notion of be prepared, be ready to go, be ready to succeed. Academics, we have a learning specialist. I recruited and stole Susan Boatwright from Chatham Academy. Susan is a well-credentialed, world-class learning specialist. What she does a learning styles analysis on every boy. So we know, are they visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learners? We then put them in sections for their classes based on their learning style. So for example, we have an algebra class that's made up of visual and kinesthetic learners. Boys that need to see it or touch it or move it. We have another one for boys who are auditory. They need to hear it more than they do see it or touch it. We have that ability because we are so small and believe in small classes. But that really is how we give bang for the buck. So we develop an individualized learning plan for every boy and share that with every teacher. Parent-teacher conferences are mandatory. We do one at the end of each marking period. So we do 4 a year, which is out there. We really think that is key. We have some partners in the local area. Savannah Tech helps us with tech classes. Our boys are dual enrolled. Almost half of our juniors and seniors are already taking college courses. That astounds people when they hear that. Most of our boys enter college with about 28 credits, almost sophomores, which saves their parents a lot of funds. Could talk about academics all day. We're very, very proud. Our boys have been offered admission to places like Ole Miss, LSU, Georgia State, Georgia Southern, the Citadel, the University of Alabama, a long list. But we're very, very proud of how we've updated that. It was a privilege to follow David Tribble. We have, in 5 years, upped our average SAT by 100 points, upped our ACT, average SAT score by 5 to 6 points, and we're very, very proud of that and where we're going. Athletics, football and basketball, state playoffs, Final Four for the last couple of years. Our women's board donated a new weight room for us, which is the key to that in athletics. Jaden Wright, class of 2020, the young man you saw talking there. Jaden squatted 515 pounds. He bench pressed 300. He runs the 100. He ran the 111 flat and was the state champion. Jaden got a full football scholarship to Presbyterian College, and they kicked in a presidential academic scholarship for him and his family as well. The weight room is great. Our football team last year, we had 14 boys who squatted over 400 pounds, 5 who squatted over 500, and you would not want to get between Jaden and the goal line. It was a dicey thing. We are the reigning state champions in SCISA in track. That's remarkable because we don't even have a track. Our boys have dug their own long jump pit. Savannah State lets us practice out there with them. But we've taught our young men, don't even think about what you don't have. Think about what you do have. So each afternoon, they're out running around the field, running around the roads at Bethesda. They're out just working hard and doing their thing. I asked Antoine McKay, our quarterback, who is an all-state athlete, signed a scholarship with Shorter University and won the $10,000 scholarship in the quarterback club. I asked Antoine McKay about preparing for the state track meet this year and how that was going. And he leaned back and looked at me and smiled yesterday and said, "We got this, Doc. We got this," which is way cool. I've created a little lounge area outside my office up there that the seniors and especially student council leaders could come to. They need to know they got a place and somebody they can come talk to about something that's going on. In the summer, our gym is open every day, every morning. Our athletes and all of our boys are willing to come, are able to come and work out and be around and get some mentoring if they need it. We're very, very excited about providing that. We are becoming a leadership academy. The new Bethesda and our value added is to create and present to our boys a leadership program that is absolutely probably the best in the nation at the middle school and high school level. We're doing that by adding to our mission, besides love of God, love of learning, and a strong work ethic. We've added 3 things, and if you're a West Pointer or a UVA person, you know you're crazy about these things, but we have added an honor code, the notion of integrity. We now teach respect, 3 different types: respecting myself, respecting others, and respecting authority. To teach them that you can disagree, but do it in a respectful manner, it is a big challenge. And then last but not least, we teach them consideration for others. Can you imagine we teach them manners and social skills? Our first lesson is for gentlemen is how to shake hands. Who sticks their hand out first? How do you look them in the eye and greet them? Who lets go first? How do you do that? Okay. Our prom is actually a final exam in manners and how you do that. And that I think for us is important. My wife walks on campus every day. She jokingly said to me, "Honey, I feel like a queen sometimes, the way that we treat me." I love it when referees at games will slide up to me and say, "Dr. Hughes, your boys were fine sportsmen and demonstrated great manners and respect." And my response is, "They better." Expectations matter in how you respect. And we teach our boys, if you're going fishing for Moby Dick, bring the tartar sauce. You know, be prepared, think you're going to win, think you're going to succeed, do the work for that. You saw my rubric there, plan your work and work your plan. That's what it's about. You just don't succeed by accident. Our niche offer 3-pronged leadership program, some academic instruction, but give boys experience on campus leading, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's in their work-study group, what it might be. Give them a chance to lead, and last but not least, to give them a chance to have some seminars and learn from some guest speakers. So we're excited about that program kicking off. We have partnered with the Jepson School of Leadership from the University of Richmond. We will have 2 interns this summer working directly for me and my new leadership director, Colonel Ken Vaughn, in developing some what I call age-appropriate scenarios and practical exercises for our boys to learn and use in leadership opportunities. It is an honor to show up every day at Bethesda and serve. It's an incredibly beautiful place to live. We are indeed blessed, and we'd like to thank you all for your service.